I had never put on a jersey and felt like this is different. There's 112 million people represented right here. Like, I better bring it. He said, I played this with this point guard, man. He's better than you. This guy, Johnny Abrientos. And then ever since then, when pagdating ako dito, talagang pinanood ko si Johnny, sabi ko, nga, mas mahusay sa akin. Gusto ko maglaro sa ibang bansa. Hindi naman NBA ang pangarap ko. Pagkatapos ng rookie year ko dito, sabi ko, oh my gosh, nangyayari. Dito na ako sa Pilipinas, naglalaro.
But sabi kasi nila, di ba, parang ano ba itong Pilipino? Ang hilig-hilig mag-basketball. Wala naman, a game of height yan, di ba? May pag-asa ba?
But you love what you love. Part ng kultura natin dito is basketball. Hindi mo matanggal yan. Isa sa mga best friend ko si Romelo Ducol. Taga Tugigaraw. Anong alam ko sa Tugigaraw? But then when we played, there was like an instant connection. Kasi ang galing niya. And I could... There's something about that in sports na itong language natin. Itong language natin. And it was beautiful. Huwag tayong sumuko.
For many basketball fans, my guest today is a familiar name. Actually, Amerikano siya, but he was born here. But he was raised in the US, and it was not until he was in college that he was given a chance to come back here and play. And not only did he play, abay nag-coach pa. At ngayon, pusong Pinoy na.
Magandang hapon po. Thank you for having me here.
Uy, Tagalog tayo ngayon.
Malaking karangalan po sa akin ito.
Yun eh. Teka, paano ka natuto mag-Tagalog?
So, dumating ako dito noong 1998. Tapos, nanay ko talagang may kasalanan kasi linguist siya. So, fluent siya sa Thai at sa Lao.
I see.
So, nung 10 to 11 years old lang ako, isang taon kami sa Northeast Thailand. Tapos, ang halimbawa ng magulang ko was, kung sa isang bansa ka, dapat mag-aral ka lang ng salita nila. Parang yun yung standard sa amin. Kasi fluent sila pareho sa mga iba't ibang lingwahe. So, akala ko ganun dapat.
Oh.
So, naging fluent ako sa Thai. Wala na. Pwede akong mag-order ng pagkain sa Thai.
Sa totoo?
Oo po.
Sige nga, sample.
Punta sa Thai may dai kap.
Okay.
Ibig sabihin, di naman ako makatay eh. Wala na. Parang di na ako pwede magtay. Parang
Pero
ubos na.
marunong ka pa rin?
Oo, dati. Kasi mas madali kung bata ka. Parang, syempre,
Yes.
yung utak natin medyo, may space pa yung hard drive natin nun.
Correct. Kahit ano yung program doon no?
Yeah, talaga. So yun naging parang peg ko ba, na parang ganito dapat. Ang problema sa mga Pilipino, kayo kasi ang galing nyo mag-English. So pagdating ako dito,
Totoo
kita nila
yan.
si Joe. So, hey Joe! Di ba? Tapos yung mga iba talagang mas mataas ang English nila sa akin. So gusto ko talagang mag-aral, kaya lang, ang hirap naman, nag-aaral ka, tapos sakto, perfect yung, parang, alam mo yun, madali lang, mag-relax ka lang, komportable ka dito, madali lang.
Oo.
Kasi ang galing talaga ng mga Pilipino mag-English, tapos, kita nila ako, ang gagawin nila, mag-English siya sa akin.
Oo.
So, kailangan, ang ginawa ko, yung unang dalawang phrase na, napakapangit talaga ang punto ko nun eh, hindi ko naintindihan, and anong ibig sabihin yan? Parang yun lang palagi kong inuulit. Tapos unti-unti pumapasok yung mga ibang bagay sa akin. Tapos,
Wait, so hindi ka man lang nag-aral talaga formally?
so yun yung una. Tapos, so unang taon parang nag-stop ako nag-aral. Tapos pangalawang taon, unti-unti nagtatry ako ulit. Tapos sa pangalawang taon ko, nag-hire ako ng tutor. Napakagaling. Si Miss Agnes Ifurong. Tapos yun, kasi kami mga foreigner, hindi naman namin mag-gets yung, di ba yung sentence structure natin sa Tagalog? Iba. So, tapos, parang napansin ko, alam mo yung mga, ganitong utak ko nun eh, may mga verbs na pumunta. So, anong sasabihin ko?
Verbs.
Pumunta ko or pumunta ako? Eh, hindi mo alam kung, hindi naman iniisip ng mga Pinoy yun kasi natural, lumalabas sa kanila yun eh. So, kailangan i-master ko yun. So, yung vocab, saka yung sentence structure, tapos, anong nag? So, present ng nagmamalengke ako. Ako ang pag ako. Alam mo yun, yung mga ganun para mag-construct ka ng sentence.
But you were born here, Alex, di
Opo.
ba? So, gaano katagal ka after you were born here? And belated happy birthday.
Salamat, salamat.
So, after you were born here, lumaki ka ba rito? Hindi, di ba?
6 na buwan lang. 6 months old pa lang ako.
So, wala ka talagang awareness.
Talagang galit
ng-
ako noon. Ayoko umalis. Umiiyak daw ako pa uwi. 6
So
months old
bad.
pa lang. Umiiyak yung mga baby. So wala akong alam.
O talaga.
Yeah.
And then you went to Thailand. Yun na yun.
Hindi. No, pumunta kami sa US. Kasi mga academicians yung magulang ko. So, North Carolina State muna. Mula doon, pagkatapos ng 4 na taon, pumunta kami sa Cornell University sa upstate New York. Habang nasa Cornell kami, nag-sabbatical sila. So, isang taon lang kami sa Thailand.
I see.
And then bumalik kami sa Cornell. Pagkatapos noon, nag-high school ako sa Wisconsin.
Alam mo, nakakabilib nga yung biodata mo. Nag-Cornell ka pa. Ivy League yun, ha?
Professor ang daddy ko doon eh. Nag-aral lang ako doon.
So, ikaw talagang lumaki ka na, mahilig ka rin ba sa academics? Kasi yung mga magulang mo, academicians.
Napaka-blessed talaga akong tao. Wala akong masabi. Hindi naman tayong lahat pwedeng parang magyabang o talagang hindi naman natin lahat na kaanang loob natin sa mga magulang natin. Ako talagang taas ang respeto ko sa kanila. Talagang mahal ko sila. Kasi nag-meet sila sa Thailand, sa Peace Corps.
Okay.
So yung panahon na yun, syempre, wala namang internet, di ba? Wala namang, hindi mo naman chine-check, walang Facebook, walang ano. Basta nag-sign up sila, alam nila may programa na tumulong sa mga tao, sa mga iba't ibang bansa.
Okay.
Tapos, hindi sila pumili yung Thailand. Parang mag-a-apply ka lang, tapos kung saan ka man pinapadala ng Peace Corps, doon ka.
Oh, wow.
At encouragement ko sa mga singles magulang ko, nag-meet halos sa labas ng jungle ng Thailand. So, lahat naman tayo may pag-asa. Pwede mag-asawa.
Para sa'yo, diba?
Para sa'yo talaga.
Oo.
So, yung buhay nila.
So, in short, hindi ka natuto mag-Tagalog dahil pinanganak ka rito.
Ay, hindi
Natuto
po.
ka lang talaga mag-Tagalog nung nakabalik ka rito.
Nung naging player ako, pumunta ako
naging
dito
player ka,
January
diba?
1998. Apo.
Okay, kasi ang nabasa ko sa Wikipedia
Apo.
ay you were in junior college
Okay.
sa Cornell. Tama ba yan?
Sa college, yeah.
Yes.
Tapos, meron kaming isang coach na naglaro sa mga ibang bansa.
Okay.
Tapos, yung buhay ko, hindi yung parang standard na kano. Di ba? Usually, kung sa...
Anong buhay ng standard na kano?
Ang alam ko, 15% lang may passport eh. So, nag-meet ang magulang ko sa Asia. Palaging pumunta kami sa Asia. Nag-Europe kami. Parang international talaga ang pamilya
I
namin.
see. Okay.
At so mahilig talaga ako sa travel. 'Di ba? Nag-China ako, nag-Thailand ako, all over. So tinanong ko yung coach na 'yan. Sabi ko, siyempre English na 'to Alam ko kaya mo eh.
Kakayanin ko.
so I said, Coach Pitts, I know you played all over. Where did you play? I've been all over the world actually. Tapos nabanggit niya, I played here, I played there, and then I played in the Philippines. Sabi ko, you played in the Philippines? That's crazy. I was born there. Like all my little league, everybody asked me to bring a birth certificate. I didn't have one. I always had to show my passport because my birth certificate is in the Philippines.
Is that
yeah,
true?
Yeah.
Really?
I never had a
Okay.
birth certificate because it was always, and then, of course, we're not gonna fly back.
Yeah,
So,
just to get the
so-
the birth certificate.
so sinabi ko sa kanya, nung sinabihan ko yun sa kanya, talagang gumano nun, that was my favorite place to play. Oh my gosh, you're gonna love it. I'm gonna set you up with an agent. I played with this guy. He's so famous. You'll hear him when you go there. His name's Jaworski. That guy's like a legend.
You're kidding
no,
me.
no, he told me that.
played with Jaworski? Wow.
So sorry, he didn't play with. I think he might have. I don't know if
Yeah.
he played against him, but he told me about him. And then he said he played with a guy. He said I played this with this point guard. Man, he's better than you. This guy Johnny Albertos. And then ever since then, when I first pagdating ako dito, talagang pinanood ko si Johnny. Sabi ko, nga, mas mahusay sa akin. Kaling yan eh. Wala ko masabi.
Okay, so paano inalok niya na maglaro ka dito? Or
So, ang ginawa niya, kinontak niya ang mga Pilipino, mga agent, ganon.
talaga ba?
Yun yung umpisa.
So nagka-interest ka rin dahil lang sa kwento niya, ganon?
So, eto magandang kwento. Sabi ko sa iyo, sobrang blessed talaga akong tao. Nung 11 ako, nasa Thailand kami. Meron kami ang tawag dyan, carport. Alam mo yung parang covered parking lang sa bahay. Hindi siya garahe.
Okay.
Na parang open parking, pero may bubong. May kahoy na parang dito sa taas. Tapos,
Okay.
ang ginamit naalala mo ba yung mga hindi ko alam kung meron dito noon, but Maxwell House or Folgers cans na malaki.
Yes, yes. Well, I've seen it.
So,
Oo.
tinanggal namin yung ilalim niya,
Yes.
yung taas na, tapos,
Atas,
oh,
yung
nag-nail
ginawa
kami.
yung ring.
Tapos, tennis ball lang. Yun yung parang ano namin.
Oh, really?
So naglalaro kami dyan, tapos
Ang
kwento ako.
layo naman ng mga dimensions na bola na yun.
Siyempre, bata eh. So, nag-enjoy lang. So, sabi ko sa kuya ko noon, sabi ko, alam mo yung pangarap ko, gusto ko maging Ivy League player. Gusto ko maglaro sa ibang bansa. So, just because siguro international talaga kami, hindi naman NBA ang pangarap ko. Buti na lang kasi hindi talaga pang NBA ang laro ko. So, but yun talaga ang pangarap ko. So, nangyari alam mo yung mga ibang bagay na feeling mo hindi mo parang nakalimutan ko yan. Naalala ko yung ano na yan, yung time na yan sa amin ng kuya ko. Siguro pagkatapos ng rookie year ko dito, sabi ko, oh my gosh, nangyari. Dito na ako sa Pilipinas, naglalaro. Wow. It's so cool. Oh, talagang dream come true. Yeah.
But were you an athlete at heart? Yung talagang alam mo na bata ka pa lang, itong gusto mong gawin.
Ini-enjoy ko talaga. Talagang passion ko. So, dahil sa magulang ko, syempre, surrounded ako sa mga academics. At nanay ko, sobrang talino, hindi siya nag-graduate ng high school. So, pagkatapos ng
Advance.
third year, kinuha siya ng college.
Wow! Genius nga.
May PhD siya, pero sabi ko, whatever, PhD. At least I have a high school degree. Parang ganun.
Talaga,
So surrounded ako ng mga intellectual.
Yes.
But my dad was also a college football player.
I
So quarterback siya dati.
see.
And malikot ako, ang taas ng energy ko. So hindi naman ako malaking tao, but palaging talagang, saan tayo maglalaro? Parang nag-enjoy talaga ako sa ganyan.
Well, yan, buti na lang na-mention mo yung hindi ka malaking tao. You are 5'11", sabi sa Wikipedia mo.
Almost. Nagdadasal ako,
Hindi
sana
pa
abot
nga.
ako. Almost.
Siguro short ng mga 2 lines or whatever. But sabi kasi nila, 'di ba, parang ano ba tong Pilipino, ang hilig-hilig mag-basketball. Wala namang a game of height 'yan, 'di ba? May pag-asa ba? Tanungin lang kita dahil basketballista ka, puti ka, pero hindi ka kasi on average hindi ka tangkad pang NBA, sabihin na natin.
Talaga, yeah.
At lalo na ngayon, di ba?
Yeah,
Kasi 7-footers na yung, I mean, the average height, tsaka parang patangkad ng mga bata.
Oo.
May pag-asa ba mga katulad natin na mga 5'11ers or 6'5ers at most?
Kasi sa dami ng tao natin dito, meron pa rin tayong mga Japet, mga Erwin Soto, mga Junmar, but konti lang sila. So meron din but eto, just as I promise I have not thought of this. But kung maalala ko sana yung pelikula. May pelikula na the line just came to my head. I swear I've never thought of this. But it's the lady said something. Sabi niya parang sometimes the man of your dreams is not the man of your heart.
Wow.
Something like that. Sometimes you love what you love and it might not be exactly everything you pictured it to be. It might not be, tingnan natin, sino nanalo ng 2 gold medal natin? Gymnast. Bakit? Kasi ang katawan ng mga Pilipino, bagay talaga sa dancing, in terms of average height, right? But you love what you love. Part ng kultura natin dito is basketball. Hindi mo matanggal yan. Kaya,
Thanks to the Americans.
but it had to be picked up, right? Hindi naman pinipilit ng mga Pinoy ngayon. But bakit? Mahal talaga nilang basketball. So you love what you love, and it's not always necessarily parang what you think is the best. But eto, sa buong mundo, yung mga kasing edad ko na Pilipino, kasi palaging sinasabi ko sa mga tao, yung number 1 export ng Pilipinas is Filipino. The best product of the Philippines is Filipinos. Kung saan ang mga may Pilipino, may liga, na mga kasing edad ko na over 50 naglalaro pa. Ganun, katawan namin, parang takbo namin, ang bagal-bagal. Uy! Pasa! Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
Because it's something you love. It's part of the culture. Pagkatapos, kwentuhan, di ba? Barbecue. Parang there's something that parang, eto atin. So it's hard to take that away.
But is that something unique to the Filipino basketball lovers and fans. Yung bang pag-basketball mo, parang part of it is barkadahan eh, di ba? Is that something unique to Filipinos or isn't that something that all
No.
basketball players share regardless of race?
But back in 2013, nag-cover ako ng FIBA, sa FIBA Asia natin. Yun yung panahon na si Jimmy naka 3 points na pumasok tayo sa World Cup. So the first time in 40 years.
Right.
So, kausap ko yung mga ibang executives taga FIBA. Sabi ng isa sa akin, Alex, do you know that the Philippines is one of 4 countries in the world where basketball is the #1 sport?
Yes.
I thought, wow, I didn't know that. I'm not surprised,
I'm not surprised.
but I didn't know that. But sa ano ko, sa tingin ko, parang walang ibang bansa na ito lang talaga ang #1 all across. Alam mo yun na it in terms of being ingrained in the culture, parang part talaga ng kultura natin. Kasi isa dyan was, I think, Latvia. Pero #2 nila talaga is ice hockey, na hindi siya ganun kalayo.
Okay.
Yung mga iba may basketball tapos may soccer din na ganun. Tayo, it's like basketball. Ngayon, masaya ako na gumagano ang women's volleyball. That's good.
Yes.
Ako, biased ako sa basketball, but I think people should participate in more sports. Kaya lang, sa palagay ko, in terms of pagiging part ng isang kultura, tayo talaga ang #1 dyan sa Pilipinas. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned it again. Parang naunahan ng araw ng volleyball, yung basketball in terms of popularity.
Yeah.
Masakit ba yun sa mga basketball players? Lalo na kayo na nag-play for the national team or represented the national team or worked for the basketball teams.
Ever since, parang sinasabi ko, dapat mas marami tayong gymnast. Alam ko, si Tita Cynthia, yung may hawak ng gymnastics sa atin. Matagal na lumalaban para sa mga Pilipino, para may mga programa. Tapos finally, may bunga. Di ba? Grabe, ang ganda ng halimbawa. Di ba? So, ang talent ng Pinoy, naalala ko tuloy, noong mga 2002, 2003, mga ganun. Sorry, may edad na tayo eh. Medyo hindi ko maalala lahat ng mga dates
I
eh.
understand.
So, but nag-host ako ng PSA Awards. It's a Filipino Sports Writers
Yes.
Association Awards. And I remember announcing one winner. There's a little guy. He was kind of quick. It seems like he was up and coming. Manny Pacquiao.
Yes.
During some of his first, parang early stages, hindi siya kilala sa buong mundo eh. Parang umaangat siya dito. So, this guy, Manny Pacquiao. Oh, he just won, I don't remember, flyweight title. Or basta parang yung una niya, in-awardan. Ang pumasok sa isip ko, wow, you're the best in the world in your weight class. Now, you might be able to say this about your profession. I can never say about any profession that I've ever been in that I've ever been best in the world. I have a hard time just being me best. Right? So if you're #1 in the world, wow, that's amazing. Same show. Pahing Nepomuceno. I think 6 or 7 times. Basta may record siya sa bowling. Wow, another #1 in the world. Why is this not, dapat nagyayabang lahat? Like alam niyo kung gano'ng kahirap yan? Ang hirap nun. This guy is the best in the world. That's amazing. Tapos, at that time, si Bata, Efren Reyes. I'm like, I get to introduce the best in the world at what you're doing. I hope I get to work with the top 1,000 in the world with what I get to do. Right? Ang hirap nun. Wow, parang ang daming magagaling na Pilipino. So ako, masaya ako na may mga iba't ibang sports. Efren deserves international attention. Manny's obviously gotten it. He's special. People don't know enough about Pahing. And there's more. Heidi Lin, right? Yeah. And anyways, you go on. There's so much talent dito sa bansa na to. So masaya ako na may iba't ibang sports. But I do know I love the volleyball culture. Parang lalo na sa mga babae, meron siya, yung bunso ko, babae. So she started playing volleyball then. And gusto ko yung parang pagkatapos ng bawat point, hindi ako marunong mag-volleyball ha, wala akong alam sa sport na yan. But parang yung team gumaganon. Nag-uusap, high five, it's okay, good job.
Lagi,
Tapos,
every time they score a point.
Yun talagang maganda. And gusto ko rin, I mean, it's just such a good atmosphere. It's just such a good, encouraging team spirit na masaya ako na nag-grow siya. That's great.
Well, I think that's the beauty of sports.
Oh.
It transcends race, it transcends class, di ba?
Yeah.
Talagang pantay-pantay kayo dyan once you're in the field or you're on the court, di ba?
And alam mo, dahil sa basketball, I have had friends from every walk of life, from different parts of the world, and from yung pinaka parang, hindi ko alam kung paano ko sasabihin, pero pinaka parang kawawang, grabe naman yung dinaang, itong tao na to, rejected since birth, ang hirap nila, grabe yung dinaanan niya. As teammates tayo. And when we're together, it doesn't matter. Hindi naman ako lumaking mayaman, but lumaki ako na daming blessing. Alam mo yun? But we're together and we're totally different. And like sa amin, my rookie year, isa sa mga best friend ko si Romela Ducol. Taga Tugigaraw. Anong alam ko sa Tugigaraw? Kakarating lang ako dito. Basta alam ko magaling ka, matangkad ka. I need to get to know you. So how do we speak? Inglesero ako nun. Diba? Romel, taga rito. So you have a Provinciano and you got some foreigner. But then when we played, there was like an instant connection. Kasi ang galing niya. And I could, there's something about that in sports na itong language natin. Itong language natin. And it was beautiful.
And I think that they're able to overcome the intimidating effect of white people like you.
Ang part ng trabaho ko is maintindihan ko bawat isa sa kanila, paano ma-motivate ang isa't isa sa kanila. Tapos, hindi naman ako coach. Hindi ko naman sila sisigawan. But, kailangan makakaintindi talaga kung saan sila galing, kung anong dinadaanan nila. Kailangan aware ako sa mga nila. Off na to. Kailangan tulungan ko to. Isa pang tira dito. Alam mo yun?
Yes.
So, I think just part na pagiging point guard na part na talaga ng trabaho mo yan is paano ba tayo magkoconnect? Tapos, bilang maliit na tao, kasi sa college, etong bahay namin, puro basketballista.
Okay.
4 na 6'5", isang 6'7", isang 6'8", tapos ako yung captain ball. Parang alam mo yung chihuahua na, parang so, parang yung point guard pala, kadalasan makulit, na energetic, kasi maliit kami kailangan meron kaming gagawin. So, it's always about, tungkol sa atin talaga yung laro. Never naging tungkol sa akin. And yun din yung part ng beauty. So I think it's easy to connect kung ganun ang focus namin, then it's easier na maging teammates talaga na parang, anong kailangan mo, Brad? Okay, sige. So, yeah.
How did you communicate in the beginning, considering that you knew nothing about Tagalog or Filipino, diba?
Ano, may pangalang mo.
Paano sumasagot si Adukol nun?
Ganun.
Tapos diba, iba-iba pa kaming yeah, that's true. The famous. Tapos diba, iba-iba pang dialect. Naintindihan mo ba yun nun?
Actually, funny nga So, sa una, meron akong isang teammate, si Kuya Nandy Garcia. Siya parang yung kuya ng team. Medyo panganin namin. Pero sobrang good guy yan Mahal ko si Nandy. Dumating sa point na nag-i-improve yung pagkakaintindi ko ng Tagalog. Tsaka kaya niya naman maintindihan yung English ko. Pero nagtatagalog siya, nag-i-English ako.
Ganun.
So, may time na yung namin is Tagalog siya, English ako. Nakakaintindi kami pareho. Pero hindi ko alam kung paano ko magtatagalog dito sa kanya. So, sasabihin ko na lang sa English. Ganon din siya sa Tagalog. So, may mga ganon minsan.
Ganon.
Tapos, yung sa 1999, meron kaming masayang teammate din. Grabing galing na to. Si Gilbert Demape, taga Cebu.
Okay.
So, sa sobrang saya niyang kasama, palagi ko siyang kinakausap. Kami yung starting guards. Tapos, si Ibet, Cebuano So, ibang punto ng mga Cebuano, di ba?
Yes.
Mrs. ko, taga Mindanao, pinanganak sa Cebu. So, dami kong kaibigan ko sa Visayas, sa Mindanao na nagbibisaya. So, ibang punto. Pero sa tagal namin nagsama-sama, ginagaya ko yung punto niya. So, sinasabi ng mga coach namin, "Hoy, Kano, parang Chinese Bisaya ka." Sorry, coach, ginagaya ko lang yung mga tao. Siyempre, foreigner pa din
No. Ang galing that you were learning through acquiring, whatever.
Kailangan.
Saka Owido, di ba?
Parang yung mga maliit na bata, gaya-gaya lang. Anong meron dito? Ganun ba dapat? Sige. So,
Pero gaano kalalim ang pagkakaintindi mo ng Tagalog? Tsaka pagsalita mo, how's your vocabulary?
hanggang ngayon,
Oo.
actually, sinubukan ko ang career mo.
Kasi nag-sportscaster ka.
Well,
Parang
actually, hindi naman ganun
commentator, di ba?
kalalim
Parang
yung mga
ganun.
sa sports kasi. Kasi sports, parang more on kwentuhan lang yan. Parang
Oo.
ganito yun. Pero, may time na, I think, sa ABS siya, parang sabi nila, punta ka, mag-tryout ka maging broadcaster. Mag-host ka ng news. Sabi ko, okay.
News talaga?
Yun, talagang na-tryout nila ako. Lahat ng lines, mga Tagalog na alam mo yung talagang formal na Filipino. Parang
ba?
salitang politiko.
Wait, hindi ko natatandaan to. Anong
Hindi,
year to?
nag-tryout lang ako. hindi ko sinasabi na pinasa. Talagang bagsak. Kasi binabasa ko, alam ko yung root word, pero may 10 nakitika, bababa. Tapos sa dulo, may hindi ko alam kung anong binabasa ko. At talagang ang haba.
Oh my goodness.
Alam ko yung word bigay, pero parang ang haba nito, hindi ko alam kung anong sinasabi ko. So, ang hirap, bagsak talaga ako, hindi ko kaya yun. Ang hirap talaga, kahit talagang panoorin ko lahat, huwag sana yung salitang politiko o sa news. Kasi hanggang ngayon, parang, dahan-dahan muna, pwedeng parang 0.25 speed. Ano yun, dictionary? Di ba?
Nakakatawa
Mahirap
ka.
yun eh.
Teka muna, saan mo nakuha yung sense of humor mo? Parang piling ka mag-joke.
Matagal naman ako dito eh. Pero mahirap talaga yan, ni Biro. Lalo na sa Forager. Ang hirap nun.
Okay, tell me about the difference. Kasi, I mean, syempre, Amerikano ka, tsaka tumira ka ron. Culturally, you're American.
Apo.
But also, as a learned culture, naging Pinoy ka. Anong pinakamahirap na ma-overcome? Siguro, apart from language, di ba? Kasi
Ayun,
sabi
magandang
nila, di ba,
tanong yun.
mga Pinoy daw, friendly daw
Super.
kami. Ikaw, you've traveled all over the world, di ba? And you've met so many cultures, you've
Yeah.
lived in them. Totoo ba yung sinasabi nila? I mean, sobra kaming friendly to a fault, or matampuhin ba kami, or mautang na loob. Yan lagi yung mga ini-issue sa
Sorry,
amin, di ba?
Sa mahal ko talagang Pilipinas, nahihirapan talaga ako sa tanong mo. But, so, sa una, sobrang bagay sa akin. Akala ko talagang 1 taon, 2 taon lang ako maglalaro. Tapos uuwi ako sa US, mag-aral na ulit, mag-graduate school, tapos mag-start ng buhay sa professional. Tapos dumating ako dito, sabi ko, parang swak sa atin itong kultura na to. Palabiro mga kasama, masayang kasama, mag-hangout tayo, parang relational. Parang, wow, I love it here. Parang yun yung, I really love it here. And then, ang trabaho ko is basketball. So, syempre, 23, 24 ka, lalaki ka na basketball player. Etong trabaho ko, I love this culture. I get to see the world. Tapos yung liga namin nun, NBA, umiikot kami sa buong Pilipinas. So parang may touring
That's right.
kasama pa. I love travel. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is sobrang swak talaga sa akin to. But, ang napansin ko, lalo na sa una, syempre, bago ka sa isang kultura, hindi ko alam yung mga ibang pwedeng maging offensive. So, palaging sinasabi ko sa mga tao ngayon, yung Pilipino, number 1 na EQ sa buong mundo. Sa akin. Kaya nga, tayo yung pinaka-the best sa mga nursing, caregiving, taking care of people. Kasi yung non-verbal cues, ang galing ng mga Pilipino magbasa ng ganyan eh. Kasi part ng kultura. Pero yung weakness din is, kung kagaya ka sa akin, lalo na sa una, hindi mo mabasa, madaling ma-offend. Parang,
Sensitive.
alam mo yung husband and wife na parang, ayaw kong sabihin ng bad word, parang hindi masyadong matalino yung husband, ha? Tapos yung wife parang, hindi mo alam yan! Alam mo yun? Parang ganun minsan ang feeling na parang, anong hindi ko alam? Anong mali ko? Ano? Parang ganun
Yes,
minsan ang mga foreigner na, anong ginawa ko dito? Kasi syempre hindi kultura ng foreigner. Halata naman eh. Anong halata? Sorry. Paliwanag mo sa akin kung anong halata kasi hindi ko magets.
Yeah, talaga.
Oo,
So,
minsan ganun.
anong mga offensive, or hindi man sinasadya, di ba? Yung mga, sabihin na natin, anong tawag doon? Yung hindi naman deliberate na offensive words or actions have you committed?
Meron ako. Salamat, Peter Martin, coach ng San Miguel and UST. Isa mga best friend ko. Salamat sa mga ginawa mo sa akin dati. So, kakarating lang ako sa Pilipinas. Unang ensayo namin sa track. Papatakbuhin kami. So, dumating ako tapos si Pedro ang tawag ko sa kanya. Pedro ang nagsabi sa akin, hey, you know how to speak Tagalog, right? I said, no. Ang sabi niya, oh, you know what to call a pretty girl when you see her, right? And I said, well, I think beautiful, you guys say beautiful morning, right? So, maganda? Something like that? He said, yeah, that's right. You know what girl is, right? And then, baka PG tayo, so ayaw kong sabihin yung sinabi niya sa akin. Ang
Hindi,
word
nasabihin
ng
mo na,
girl.
i-bleep ko na lang.
Basta, it starts with a P and ends with an A, and it's 4 letters. So sabi niya yun yung sabi niya. That's what girls... dito lang ako, isang linggo lang.
So, prinang ka, in short.
So, oo. And ang galing niya umarte. Sabi niya, yeah, that's it, man. So, just, yeah. So, ang hindi niya alam, hindi pa ready ang kondo ko. So, I was staying with the Tridian family. Yung may-ari ng team namin, there's a group of people, but I stayed with the Tridians. And Boss Louie and his wonderful wife, Tita Cynthia, they're so kind. They hosted me. Such a nice welcome to the Philippines. They're such wonderful people. So, and talagang Inglesero lang ako nun. So I'm sitting at the table. We're having dinner. So, andyan si Tita Cynthia, Tita si Boss Louie. Yung isa sa mga best friend ni Tita Cynthia, andyan. Si Tita Dawn. I'm 23. She's 45. It's her first time coming in. And she's a really pretty lady. And she goes to the bathroom. And so I say, with the 8-year-old son, the 6-year-old son, and the 4-year-old son right there, Tita Cynthia, Tita Dawn is a magandang... Ang ginawa niya, sabi niya, akala niya nagulat sa galing ng Tagalog ko, inulit ko pa. Hoy! Si Boss Louie parang nag-face palm, buddy, no, buddy, no. So, after nun, dahil kay Pedro, lahat ng mga turo ng mga ibang Pilipinong teammates ko, sina-check ko sa mga ibang tao, ano talagang ibig sabihin nito? Kasi parang, I should have had like glasses thrown at me and been stabbed and all that. I just thought she was saying a pretty lady. I was giving a nice compliment. Anyways.
That is so funny.
Yeah. He got me pretty good with that one. Luckily, they didn't put me on the first flight out. So, yeah.
How would you score your Tagalog skills now?
May kalawang ng konti, but basta ang akin, fluent ako. So, but again, hindi yung sa formal. Kung kailangan talaga mag-formal speech, halimbawa sa isang graduation ng Ateneo or UP na talagang mataas ang Tagalog, talagang Pilipinong-Pilipino dapat. Kunin yung ibang tao. Kasi parang, hindi naman salitang kalye, pero halos parang salitang kalye ako eh. So,
Sige, okay. What, anong observation mo naman sa mga Pinoy na parang ibang-iba sa in a negative way? Something that we can learn from or probably correct or whatever. Yung gano'n.
So,
Improve on. Yan.
So sa amin ni Mrs., sinasabi na, kasi Mrs. ko, taga Mindanao, na napakatalinong tao. Actually, it's funny. Sobrang ganda ng Mrs. ko, but what really caught my attention was yung utak niya. After nag-uusap kami, I was like, ooh, who's this? Parang, wow, we can have great discussions until I'm 98. Parang alam mo yun.
Yeah.
So, palagi naming sinasabi na parang yung ano namin, yung kultura ng pamilya namin should be the best of the Philippines, the best of the US, and may halong Irish din kasi part Irish siya. So,
I see.
karamihan ng mga kamag-anak namin sa side niya, yun nasa Dublin and Belfast.
Oh, really?
Abo.
Okay.
So, yun ang maganda kung international ka.
Yes.
Pwedeng i-emphasize mo kung ano talagang, kasi mix-mix kami, halo-halo. Nainis ko talagang halo-halo eh. So, Aling Poping, si Indabao, the best yan. So,
Sayang, sana pala naghanda ako ng halaman.
it's okay, I can wait. Hindi, biro lang. So ginagawa namin yan with the idea that there are some things sa American culture na gusto namin. Which is, wala kaming kasambahay doon. Talagang, yung mga anak namin, medyo marunong magluto na. Pwede naman sila mag-dinner para sa amin. Now, hindi namin pinagpagawa sa kanila palagi yan, but kaya nila.
Yes.
Pagdating sa chores, kaya nila. Naglo-laundry sila, nagpa-fold sila, naglilinis ng sariling kwarto, gano'n. Yung mga life skills ba?
Yes.
Diba? Importante yan. At yun naman ang ginagawa ng karamihan ng mga Pilipino. But since dahil sa pwesto ko, dahil sa lifestyle namin dito, lumalaki sila habang maliit sila, na meron kaming kasambahay na napakalaking bagay para sa amin.
Yeah.
Kasi laking tulong talagang ginagawa nila para sa pamilya namin. So, yung independence ba, maganda yun. Pero yung interdependence ng Filipino, mas maganda pa. So, yun ang isa sa mga gusto ko ng sports. Kasi, baka may goals ako. Pero yung goals ko, dapat submitted sa goals natin. And sa Pilipinas, mas may tungkol sa atin talaga. Samahan, yung barkada natin, yung pamilya natin.
Bayanihan
taga saan. O, yung taga
ganun.
Pampanga ako. Kapampangan ako. Taga Ilocos ako. Talagang Ilocano ako. Taga ano ako. And, alam mo yun, parang yung identity ng grupo natin. And the Philippines does what's best for the group so well. Kaya, parang namimili kami ni Mrs. Okay, how do we do this? It's for our family, but it's also, I know you have a goal. Ganun din sa basketball. You want to score 20 points a game. Sa totoo lang, bilang coach, I don't really care. We want to win.
Yes. Yeah.
Anong kailangan ng team
true.
natin para
Yeah.
manalo tayo? Minsan, okay lang, maka 20 points. Wala naman problema sa akin. Basta, kailangan tungkol sa atin talaga, hindi tungkol sa iyo. So that's like a
Yeah.
mix. Yeah.
Galingan, no?
Oo.
It's true, no?
Yeah.
For the common good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is sometimes, I mean, hindi naman masama na may goals tayo. Right? To go after it. Yung may bahagi ng rugged individualism ng American culture na maganda. Di ba? But neither is perfect.
Yeah.
So if we can mix it right, di matutuwa kami.
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
think there's something about sports that really makes, brings out the human in you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Super.
Something that I, who am not a sports person, I'm just a spectator, can only vicariously feel or experience.
So I don't know if I told you this. I wrote a book on parenting.
yes,
in
I
sports.
heard about that. That's right. Yeah.
And
Tell us
so
about that.
the whole idea is sa akin, talagang napakatalinong tao, magulang ko, wala akong masabi sa kanila. But at the same time, the books matter, the learning matters. But there's something about sports, particularly youth sports, where you can tap into the passion of a kid that I'm sorry, I love teaching. My whole family's in education. I love it. No one's like, oh yes, social studies quiz. Oh, awesome. Math na naman. Let's go. No, carry the one. That doesn't happen, right? But because of the passion that the kids have for play and kids learn through play,
So different.
then you can use it to mold character.
Yeah.
And I was just at my friend's seminar last night, and he said, we mold their character, but their personality unfolds.
It's true.
So I don't want to mold their personality.
Yeah.
All my kids are different. They're wonderful. I love them. They're all totally different, but I do want to mold their character. And when you have sports, you can use the passion to help redirect their character. Nope, that's not how we act here. Nope, there's a consequence for that. It's not how we do things. Nope, you don't argue with the coach about this. Sit down. Nope, and you can teach them things that are really helpful in life. And because they care more than they do about the history quiz,
Yes.
it's such a powerful influence. And then when you get to the national stage, it was funny. I've played all over. In 2002, I represented the Philippines in the Jones Cup,
Right.
and I got to be the captain of the team. I had never put on a jersey and felt like this is different. There's 112 million people represented right here. Like, I better bring it. It's like hair standing up thinking about it. And as a retired, chubby old coach with Gilas, when we're playing in China for FIBA, the Lupang Hinirang comes on. I'm like hair standing up. Like, I want to play again, even though I'm like really fat and old. It's just like, this is awesome. What an honor. What an honor. Yeah.
Here's the book of Alex Compton. Ang galing naman, guiding your child's athletic journey. Oh, wow. Wait, so how do you guide more Filipino, youth to enter sports and keep them away somehow, di ba, from less productive activities like video gaming and
So, siyempre, laki ng bansa natin, daming tao, di ba? I wrote about it actually.
and it's
in
a
the
young
book.
population.
Yes, which actually sets us up for possible economic positive impact going
talaga.
forward in a real way. But there was a country that we played with Gilas that I wrote about in there because it was just like a God thing how it all worked out, and I learned this. And the book wasn't a thought before. And so in 2015, gilas kami, naglalaro kami sa isang tournament sa Estonia. Tapos isa sa mga kalaban namin was Iceland. So ang alam ko, Iceland, baka hockey sila. Tapos ang population nila, wala pang 340,000. Meron tayong 40 cities dito na mas malaki sa population ng buong bansa nila. So, pero trabaho ko, mag-scout. So, nag-scout ako sa kanila. Una pa lang. Galing nila. Hindi naman dahil sa galing ng player nila, pero isang team talaga, disiplinado, napakasipag. Sabi ko, wow, itong mga to. Baka may isang player sila na mas magaling sa mga ibang Pinoy namin, but yung team nila, iba. Sure enough, we played them, talo kami. May NBA player pa kami, si Andre Blatch. At hindi biro, mas talented talaga yung Gilas, yung team natin.
Players, individually, no?
Wala. Mas talented talaga yung mga player natin. Pero talo kami. At sobrang husay yung international coach namin, si Coach Tab Baldwin. But pagkatapos, nilabitan ko talaga yung coach nila. Sabi ko, fan na ako sa team mo. And then, kwentuhan lang kami. Canadian yung coach nila. And sabi niya, yeah, you know, I have this one player who plays high-level Europe. Other players are lower-level Europe. A couple guys in the Icelandic league. And then I have a plumber and a veterinarian.
Wow.
Who work full-time. Tapos sa gabi, minsan
Full-time?
nag-practice sila sa amin.
So what was the secret?
So I asked him, like, what do you do? So ang ginawa nila, they started to invest in building facilities. They invested in training parents as volunteer coaches. They invested in programs and training referees. Kasi pagkatapos ng school, walang ginagawa ng mga bata. So there was dead time, there was downtime, it was directionless. So they started investing heavily in sport. Ang nangyari, after ilang years, yung mga drinking, drug use, smoking, depression, suicide, gumanon. The connection of the parents with the kids, gumanon. Much greater happiness, sense of community. Bakit? Involved sila. They connected, and it was intentional. And it didn't mean that all of a sudden Iceland had 85 gold medals. But it meant that their kids had direction, they were learning character, they were having fun, they were getting more healthy, they were moving.
I'm sure you've heard about, what's happening now in the Philippines. We continue to struggle politically and also, of course, socio-economically, especially now with the oil crisis and the war in Iran. How do you feel as an American who's very close to Filipinos, whom Filipinos have come to love also, now living in the States? How does it feel to be on the outside looking in and knowing what we're going through here? Does it also affect you, having been one of us for a time?
Yeah. So I've seen, hindi naman the whole country, but way more of the country than karamihan ng mga Pilipino. And so having friends all over when something happens, siyempre, mahal mo mga tao. And hindi lang dahil sa kanila. Buong pamilya ko Pilipino.
That's true.
Lahat ng mga anak ko pinanganak dito. Misis ko Pilipina. At funny nga sa sobrang masaya ako na yung mga anak ko parang proud talaga na Pilipino sila.
Talaga?
Pag ini-introduce ko sa mga ibang tao na, oh, we're all Filipino. Sasabihin ng isang anak ko, Dad, you're just a wannabe.
Ikaw pa yung
Sabi niya, yeah. Hindi naman ako nag-argue. Like, yeah, you're right, son.
Wait, but they're so young, and yet they have a heart for living in the Philippines.
They're proud. They know their mom's Filipino. Yeah, we've had Filipino family come over and stay with us. And yeah, but so to go back, yes, affected the whole. But like the hardest thing sa akin is the weakness I see is the lies the Filipinos believe about themselves, the limiting beliefs. So it's the, ay, hindi namin kaya yun, taga rito lang ko. Teka muna, yung sinuggest mo sa akin, insightful, malalim, matalino ka. Huwag mong sabihin sa akin na taga rito lang ako. O wala kami, anong silbi ng pera sa utak mo? Matalino ka. Lumaki kang walang pera, okay, alam ko mahirap yan. Hindi ko yan natatanggal sa iyo yan, but grabe ang potential mo. At alam ko minsan ang feeling na parang ang ulo natin, parang tumatama sa napaka mababang bubong. hanggang dito lang talaga tayo. But yung galing mo nandiyan pa. Huwag tayong sumuko. Yun na talaga yan. And I know as an outsider, it's parang, daling sabihin. Academics ang magulang mo. You've tried it. Naging pro player ka pa, naging coach ka pa. Alam ko, pero mahal ko kayo mga Pilipino. There's so many people that just believe lies about themselves. Hanggang dito lang ako. Hindi. Ang galing mo talaga eh. That's not the case.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Nice of you to say that
Yeah.
about us.
Yeah.
And you are right. I think we limit ourselves, no?
Yeah.
Parang feeling namin hanggang dito na yata kami. Dito na lang, hanggang dito na lang at tapos na.
Yeah. And I can
No,
say
we have
one of
to
the
break that barrier.
and sometimes yung goal natin, the most depressed I've ever been was when nakuha ko lahat ng mga gusto ko. So, syempre, I was a young man. What do they tell you? Get the prettiest girl. I'm a basketball player. Be a champion. Be an MVP. Make money. So, year 2000, going out with the next Miss Philippines. I'm the defending MVP.
Yeah.
We're the champions. I'm
You
on
got it all.
billboards. And I'm empty.
Really?
So, minsan, ang tingin natin, basta makuha ko to, okay na ako. That's also a lie. There's a certain level of security and food and safety that we need. I understand that. But once you get past that, nag-survey sila sa mga tao, how much more do you need to be happy? Overwhelming answer, 20% more. And that's from the people that are making just above poverty level to the rich. Konti pa, okay na ako. Konti pa, okay na ako. So minsan, mali din ang tingin, okay, if I just get that, if I can just live in a house like this, if I can just drive that car, if I just get this promotion. No. Those aren't bad things, but that's not the answer.
What is the answer for you? What have you found out to be the answer?
For me, embracing that I'm loved by God. Not that I did anything for it. I didn't. Tatay na ako. My kids aren't perfect, but I loved them before they could do anything right or wrong.
Amen.
And I would lay down my life for them. I'm so proud to be their dad. And when I was in places where I was not proud, I was still loved. It's pretty cool.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Alex Compton, you have just become my #1 inspiring hero.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you for watching. If you like what you just saw, please like and subscribe.